Okay, I paid for us all to ride the bus, Miley announced as she pocketed her phone. And how much did that cost? Catherine asked curiously. There's 9 of us and it's $1 per ride, so about $9 in total, Miley calculated. I'm going to miss Sulfur, Michaela said, melancholy, but then began bouncing up and down excitedly. But imagine all the fun adventures we're going to have. Dax put his hand on her shoulder and tried to calm her down. Sophie scoffed, or it could be the most boring place on the planet. Come on, Sophie, be a little positive, Miley encouraged her. But you guys might want to hurry and pack your things. The bus arrives in less than an hour. Less than an hour? Tatum panicked. You could have warned me in advance. Now I have to pack a million things to be sure I have everything I need. We won't be gone that long, Miley said, but Tatum didn't hear her because by the time she got to the second word, she was already out the door and off to pack her belongings back at her house. Oh well, Catherine shrugged. Don't worry about her. She's the one going to have to carry all that to the hotel. We're staying at an apartment, Miley corrected her. Wait, what? Teddy said. An apartment? Michaela repeated. Aren't those going to be, too small for us? Sophie asked. Not all apartments are small, Amber said. I don't know, Michaela shrugged. I found the listing online and didn't look at the pictures. You didn't look at the pictures? Catherine exclaimed. You could have been scammed. Are you crazy? The site is trustworthy, she claimed. I know. My parents have used it before. Okay, if you say so. Well, what are we waiting for? Michaela said, her excitement seeping relentlessly through her words. Let's get going. How long are we staying for? Angeli asked. At least 2 weeks, Miley replied. Might be longer, but that depends. I have a performance to do in the city. Everyone dispersed and went back home to pack their things. They met back up at Miley's house. The only one still not there was Tatum. They walked together to the bus stop and waited for the bus to pull up. Once it did, the door swung open. Miley stood off to the side of the doors and made sure everyone she paid to go on the bus ride actually got on. As the last person got on, that's when she saw Tatum walking up with a huge pile of luggage on her back. I packed everything, she said, breathing long and hard between every word. You didn't need to pack that much. We're only staying a week or two, Miley told her. Tatum paused and glared up at her. You mean to tell me I packed all of this for nothing? She screamed and threw her luggage on the ground. It's too late to unpack, so you're going to have to take all of that stuff with you, Miley said. I'll just call Tyler to come pick it up. She decided and pulled out her phone. Teddy pulled down the window and yelled out of it at her. We don't have time for that. It'll only take a minute. Tatum screamed back. She was exasperated, but she grabbed one piece of her luggage, then walked onto the bus, all while complaining on the phone. Miley followed behind her and sat in the front seat. The doors to the bus closed, and almost immediately it started driving forward. Outside the bus windows, there were houses, stores, restaurants, and malls, but not many cars, even though it was the afternoon. Everything was replaced by grass fields with animals. Everyone, look! Michaela gasped, and they all looked her direction as she pointed out the window. A cow! Seriously? Sophie said. You got excited over a cow? Dax asked. Yes, Michaela replied proudly. I love cows. Ooh, can we have one in the apartment? No, everyone said in unison, then returned back to what they were doing. Soon enough, the grass fields were replaced, back with the same houses, stores, restaurants, and malls, but then there were also skyscrapers, tall glass buildings, and also bigger buildings. Everyone looked at them in complete awe. Whoa! Michaela put her hands on the windows and watched as they passed by everything. This is incredible, Tatum explained. Not so boring now, is it, Sophie? Teddy teased her. Shut up. Sophie groaned, but still was amazed by everything she was seeing. My parents live somewhere around here, Mason said. Really? Catherine said. Maybe one day I can meet them. Mason smiled at her, then glanced back out the window and pointed to the car shop. That's one of the places I really want to go. Just imagine all the romantic dates you could go on here. Tatum clasped her hands and batted her eyelashes. With your little Pookie Bear Tyler. Sophie mocked her and laughed. Tatum only rolled her eyes in response. You know, that doesn't sound like a bad idea. Angeli smirked in reference to the date idea. Catherine looked at her and silently, she chuckled to herself. Maybe one of these days. First, we need to settle down in the apartment, Miley stated. Then we can go and explore wherever we want. Everyone agreed, and after a few more minutes, the bus came to a halt. The doors opened and they all stood up and walked off the bus. Are we there? Michaela asked. What do you think? Sophie said. That we randomly got dropped off in a random place? Ooh, are we stopping to get food? Michaela asked, excited once again. No, because... Miley stepped ahead and turned around with a huge grin on her face, then motioned her hands towards the small buildings in front of her. We're here! It went extremely silent as everyone whispered quietly. So... This is the apartment? Catherine asked. Yeah, Miley said skeptically. Is something wrong with it? Sophie was about to say something, but Dax quickly cut her off and lied. No, it looks great. Maybe the inside is better? Amber suggested hopefully. Yeah, Sophie and Tatum nodded. Okay, follow me, Miley said, then led them up a flight of concrete stairs to a white wooden door. She opened it and everyone smiled, waiting anxiously before it opened. Inside, the walls were painted a dark gray with a white chair railing lining the walls. The carpet was also a dirty gray. The room had no life in it whatsoever. There was a mirror across from the door, and on the far right, a singular bed beside a window covered by a dark gray curtain. Oh, boy, Mason said. Miley! Tatum screamed.